Howdy everybody, ArgonMatrix here, welcome to episode 99 of the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Let's see, I think maybe just because I kind of want to do a Lost run today. Like a series of Lost runs. Let's just try it out. Because like, it's episode 99, which is kind of a celebration in and of itself. ZHYR X4H1 is our first seed. In that it's kind of a celebration of itself, in that it's like the final episode before we hit triple digits here, so let's try and make some magic happen. I don't anticipate, as I don't anticipate on most Lost videos that I've done in the past. I've done like roughly 3 or 4 up to this point. I've only really succeeded in one of those. Dice shard's pretty nice here though. So in most cases you shouldn't expect to win with the Lost, obviously. But we are going to do our best, and I would be very, very happy if we could make some progress towards these Lost unlocks in what is effectively, it's like the effective episode 100, I guess, even though like the next episode is literally episode 100, but that one's going to be a bit of a special case because it's also going to be a challenge video, being a multiple 5 and everything. So it's still going to be a really fun challenge, don't get me wrong on that, but this is the actual, like, I guess, real, I don't know. Whatever. Each episode is just an episode anyway. We're going to go well beyond 100, so it doesn't necessarily matter, but it's still a nice milestone to reach, you know? Especially having been able to upload every single day for the past, I guess, 100 days now. It's a pretty good feeling, man. And here's hoping that we don't stop anytime soon. This is quickly on track to become basically my longest running series so far. I think, oddly enough, I'm not sure. I'd have to like go back and check. I should have actually dice sharded that, but hindsight's 20/20, man. I think, like, as strange as it might seem, Ocarina of Time is still my longest running series as far as, like, just sheer number of parts goes. I'd have to go back and actually, like, check that just to make sure. But I think that's true. I'm not going to get rid of those poops because I don't want these guys escaping their cage here. Leave them trapped as long as possible, you know? Yeah, and Ocarina of Time was like actually, I mean, I guess maybe this one's already eclipsed it, because I think, discounting the bonus episodes, Ocarina of Time was only like 96 parts or something. So this is already longer than that. Speed down, all classic. With the with the bonus episodes, I think it was like a little over 100 or something. I don't quite remember. I'd have to go back and check. It's been a long time since I did Ocarina of Time. Like, what is it, 8 years now, practically? 7 years, something like that. I started in 2010, so... Oh, depression. Just what I always want to see in my item rooms. Just sheer, unadulterated depression. It's actually a pretty decent familiar, though, so... Not gonna judge it too harshly here. It's basically Aquarius, but, like, with a little extra kick to it, you know? So I'm not going to spend, like, the entire video here reminiscing or anything. Or, like, being all thankful and stuff, even though I am a sentimental person, I guess. An emotional person. I like to, even though the milestones aren't necessarily anything to speak of, like, I know 100 is just a number like any other number. Just the fact that it's all round and pretty doesn't make it any more special than anything. Here's my seed, by the way, for this run, in case this is the one that pops off at all. Like, mathematically, in my brain, I know that it's true that this is just another run, you know, but it's a part of me that just can't help it, you know. It's fun to be able to celebrate things, is I guess the crux of that argument there. Regardless, we still have to focus on the matter at hand. We are trying to win as the Lost here. So, what's our modus operandi? It would be clearly find the best defensive items possible. And then beyond that, just play as well as possible. Like, you always want to, if you're given the choice between 2 items, you always want to prioritize the one that will help you survive more than the other. Obviously, the big winners are Holy Mantle, 9 lives, anything that gives us an extra life that still allows us to respawn as the Lost, like the 1-up or Missing Poster even. Anything like that. To start with, I mean, those are kind of the grander goals of this run. I'd like to just start with, you know, a single key, maybe, on this floor. That would be nice, to actually see what our treasure room has in store for us. If nothing else. because that's where we're most likely to get our benefits here. There's our key. So not going to be too starved. They're not going to be too mean to me on this one. I'm glad to see. Although, let's see what the item actually is here. Yeah, okay. Best Friend is not the worst spacebar item in the world. It's better to have than nothing, but still. I think it's mostly going to be useful against bosses in the future, honestly. That seems to be the most ideal use case for it, because it just does quite a lot of damage. I think it's at least as potent, if not a little bit more potent than a Mr. Mega Bomb, so keep that in mind, I guess. One of these got to be the second secret room, right? Oh, I guess not. Alright. Fair enough. Alright, Little Horn's going to be a little tough to use Best Friend on him, because he doesn't move in the traditional way that most bosses do. So let's put that down and hope. That actually hit him. Alright. Good fucking shit, dude. Get the range upgrade, and we got Goat Head, which is actually, like, phenomenal as the Lost. It's not going to give us any immediate value, unfortunately, but in the future, provided we can survive to the next deal with the Devil and beyond, we are going to be making bank on that, because all of our deals with the Devil are going to be free. It does unfortunately eliminate the possibility of going for deals with the Angel, so no Mega Satan in our immediate future. Of course, would we want that anyway? I don't know. All depends on how this run really goes, I guess. It's a strange place to be in Lost runs. You can literally, yep, see? Any single possible moment, you can just die. You can just kick the bucket. One little lapse in judgment. Here is our seed. I don't know how long that seed's going to last, being that we're up against Envy in a small room here. The fires do help, admittedly. The fires are actually pretty nice here. Making this go a lot faster than it otherwise would. There we go. No Shoop to Whoop, unfortunately. That would have been a really nice spacebar item to get, but we got a key out of it nonetheless, so... Beggars can't be choosers, as I've often said. I have to wonder how much truth there really is to that saying, though. Beggars can't be choosers. Like, obviously, if you're in a desperate enough position, you're not in a great position to be making any choices like that. Like if you're starving out in the middle of the Andes or something, you're not going to be like, if someone comes along and offers you like a box of crackers or something, you're not going to be like, ooh, but these are, can you get me the gluten-free ones, please? Like, no, you're going to take those goddamn crackers whether you're celiac or not. Well, I don't know. I mean, I can't speak to that because I don't know how bad celiacism can be. See, I don't even, that's how little I know, is that I don't know what the actual name of the friggin' disease is. Dim Bulb does not work for us unless we actually have a spacebar item, but it's good to have nonetheless here. Bloodshot Eye is pretty worthless, honestly, but better to have than nothing. I don't remember if Bloodshot Eye can actually block shots or not. I feel like it can't. I feel like it's a pretty subpar orbital in most senses, but, you know, a little extra damage from whatever source we can get. I mean, I want to say that. I want to say that it's okay with Bloodshot, that I'm okay with Bloodshot Eye here. But at the same time, on a Lost run, you really need to shoot the moon if you want to make any headway whatsoever. I really don't like this boss fight, by the way. Like Larry Jr. is unpredictable enough as is. When there's 4 different segments of him, it's just like becomes a living nightmare. Thankfully, they all go down fairly quickly. Magic Stab is a bad boss item for us, but it's at least not as bad as it could possibly be. We still got a luck upgrade out of it, so... Find the silver lining in every situation. Those fires look weird to anyone else. I don't know, maybe it's just that, like, blue fires don't appear that often on the basement floors, so seeing them in combination with this, like, floor palette is strange. Because normally you see them in, like, darker places, like the depths and beyond and stuff, so... I don't know. Samson's Ball and Chain is actually kind of a scary item. I'm going to take it, just because it could prove useful. It does block shots and stuff, but I have to be very careful that I don't guide it into any bomb rocks or mushrooms or anything, because that could be the end of me when I wouldn't even know it, you know? There we go, getting lots of keys and stuff out of this, though, so that's good. Monstro is not so bad. Double Monstro is a little scarier, but... hopefully we can persevere here. I don't get any safe spot on these rocks thanks to Samson's Chain. You know, the more I think about it, the more I think Samson's Chain is not a very good item. But at least not as the Lost, but maybe I'm just missing out here.
It does give you the potential to like just kind of stand behind it and block a lot of shots. Of course, some shots can go over the ball and chain. Tier height is a stat that exists, so keep that in mind. I've never really quite known if is that how range works? Is it like is there not an actual stat in the game called range, but it instead just adjusts your tier height to be to allow your shots to fly a little farther? I don't fully know, honestly. All right, well, we got Goat Head again here, plus Book of Belial, so that's pretty sweet. We've been given a second chance, boys. Let's make this one count. All right, we can go ahead and get a luck upgrade, and this is actually really nice. Because, not the luck upgrade, but Book of Belial, because whenever we use it, we also get the stat bonus from Dim Bulb, so it makes us, like, ridiculously strong for a single room. Not just, you know, regular strong, like we would get out of Book of Belial normally. Like, look at those stat upgrades, man. It's not even just, like a damage bonus either. It's like an all-stats upgrade for Book of Belial now, so that is pretty solid. So on scary rooms, like that one with the spiders, for instance, don't be afraid to use it. Don't just save it for bosses. Use it on actual, like, tough rooms, because sometimes the toughest room on the floor isn't the boss. In fact, oftentimes it isn't, I think. I feel like this has got to be some sort of secret room or something. No? Alright, well. Can't win them all, I guess. I would definitely like to hit up the shop if I can find that on this floor at all. Grab this. Probably not going to be coming back for that anyway. Yeah, the shop and the item room are priority #1 right now. I don't feel like I need Book of Belial for this room, but I will admit I was tempted for a second. Plus, Book of Belial is a step towards the Bookworm transformation, so that's not so bad either. Use it on this room, honestly. It's not like the worst room ever, but it's a big room. And these bats can be somewhat annoying enemies. So I think, and since we'll get 2 charges back anyway, it's not that big of a deal. Alright, pop the pill. It's telepills. Okay, well, we're here now. This is not what I wanted. Oh, dude, I was hoping I could kill him. Oh, I feel so bad about that. That was such a good run, too. But, you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles when you're playing as this, this gentleman known as the Lost. This motherfucking martyr. Alright, where is... There you are. Ah! Like, even a room like this, I just get so freaked out on. Big rooms are just so nightmarish a lot of the time. Oh, good. The quality of our items that we're getting across these runs just keeps on improving, you know? I mean, I can't really make that argument since I had Book of Belial and Goat Head on the previous run, but still. God, that was such a boneheaded move, just like, but that's the thing I was saying before, like, a single lapse in judgment. You can be playing, like, the best game of your life, but even the best game of your life, you're bound to make a mistake on, like, one room, probably. And that one room, if it's the wrong room, at the wrong time, it could cost you greatly, especially as the Lost here. As any other character, it's like, oh, I just took half heart damage, we're still good, though. But, like, as the Lost, it's like, I took a hit, let's start again. It's the nature of the beast, man. That's a reason a lot of people do not like playing this version of the Lost. I keep talking about how the Lost gets upgraded, and we will see that in due time. Probably not for a little while yet. I think that's a greed mode unlock, and not for a good long while. This is just a great floor, you know. I'm gonna get Super Bandage out of our item room, and then the pony as our fucking boss item here, when we can already fly. That's provided we can even beat the Headless Horseman. He's a very tough boss to fight, like, just neutral here, with, like, no effective bonuses from our items. So I very well might just die at some point here, but... Okay, we got rid of the pony anyway, the body. That's just the head. Just the tip. At the very least, I will say the pony is not, like, the worst spacebar item I could imagine. It will give us a speed upgrade, I think. And also, yeah, actually a pretty significant speed upgrade. And also, the active ability can be okay. Can
can get you out of some tight pinches, so don't lament it too much, you know. Okay. Almost just got boxed in by that spider. That would have been a little embarrassing. Honestly, though, I think spiders and flies and stuff like that are some of the most dastardly enemies you can come across. In any run, not just as the Lost, but it's more exaggerated as the Lost, as is every enemy, basically. But it's just because there are so many of them, and their patterns can be so unpredictable, and they're like so light, so that when you shoot them, they go kind of flying a lot of the time. At least flies do. So it's like, it can be pretty gnarly sometimes, depending on the room layouts you get. Robo Baby 2.0 is okay, I guess. Not really the item I was looking for, but it will be extra damage. I don't know if I want to use it as like my primary source of damage. Like I could like just like do something or hang it over these rocks and guide Robo Baby 2.0 over to where I need him to be, you know, like this. Although I'm still not entirely sure I know how Robo Baby 2.0 like works in the grandest sense of the word. Like I feel like he should be shooting these guys, but he's like not. And the damage he does is not that great either, honestly. So it's a safe option, but it's not really that exciting. It's not that enthralling, you know. So all right, pin on a small room. I saw a pin and I was like, okay, we should be fine here. He's on a small room though, so that kind of opens us up for catastrophe at some point here. Don't hesitate to use the pony if you have to, though. I used the pony, but it wasn't quite what I wanted to do with it. I just felt very vulnerable in that moment, so that's why I did that. Come on, buddy. Oh God. Way too close. Alright, so growth hormones is great. We got 3 red chests here, which give us no appreciable value unless these pills are godly here. What could I really get? At like a Tears upgrade, maybe? Yeah, that seems about equivalent to a Tears upgrade to me. Oh, lordy. So despite the fact that this is like episode 100, so it's kind of like a special episode, I'm not gonna do anything too special. It's not like I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna keep on playing until I get a lost victory. It's like, no, we'll be here for like fucking 3 hours if that were the case, at least. I mean, like, even in 3 hours, you're not guaranteed to get a lost win. Obviously, you're never guaranteed. Luck of the draw, man. I'm just gonna stick to my guns, you know, stick to what I've been doing in the past. Get up to the 30-minute point, and if I'm on a run, then finish the run. If I'm not, then like if I just die and like in the 29th minute, we'll start a new run. It's like basically whatever run you're on in the 30th minute is the one that you're going with to the end. It's basically how that works. It does kind of create a limiting factor in that you, the viewer, will be able to tell how that run goes, probably, depending on the length of the video here, or how successful this is going to be. Yeah, that was... I mean, I'm not that upset about that run. That was not shaping up to be anything too spectacular. Curse of the Blind, gotta love that shit. Okay, I don't want to mess with this at all. No siree. The Magician is super sloth. Oh, you're too kind. At the very least, could you give me like, you know, Bob's Curse or something at the end of this? No, just a rune. It's Degas, which I will gladly take, actually. Get rid of this Curse of the Blind. Last thing I need is to wander into my item room and pick up a Wayward Dunce Cap or some crap. The Whiz. Whatever you want to call it. Oh, I almost psyched myself out and dodged right into that bullet. That would have been embarrassing. Yeah, the Magician card, I guess you just save until, like, you come up against an agile boss or something. I don't know. It's not going to make a huge difference no matter what room we use it on, probably, but it's there, you know. It exists. It is a potential benefit to press. Right. Ooh, what we got here? Some money is fine. I believe, yeah, the Lost actually starts with a penny, doesn't he? I think that's like some reference to some... I think, because I like read about this like a little while back. It's like a reference to like an Egyptian burial rite or something where like they put a penny inside your mouth when you die. or like a coin or something. Just it doesn't necessarily have to be like a penny or like whatever the penny equivalent would be. But they put some kind of coin so that you have good luck in the afterlife. I don't know if that's quite accurate to what it is. I'm sure it's a reference of that caliper. I don't know if it's like an Egyptian thing or not. There is not solely like Christian themes in this game though, as we've seen before, like with items like the Ankh and there's got to be other ones. I mean, I'm just not thinking of them right now, but yeah, things like that. You know, there are various cultural references throughout this. Another luck upgrade is pretty nice though. Get some money out of this too. We're loaded on money, honestly. And farting baby. Oh, you just know how to rub me the right way, game, you know. Alright, we got car battery here. I mean, I'd like it probably, just depending on what kind of space item we could get. But I'm not willing to like try and grind out money on this floor to make that work. Okay, well, that's a classic. Just load up this room with spiders and flies, my favorite assortment of enemies, you know. Let's go fight the boss already. Farting baby, it's you and me against the world, buddy. Realistically, it's you and me against Pin. If we can manage that, then we can manage anything. I don't know if that's quite true, but you know, just block the shots as best you can, and we'll be good. I don't really care about your secondary effects. Like I think you can charm enemies when you get hit sometimes. Like how when Dry Baby gets hit, he sometimes like, you know, hurts every enemy in the room for a significant amount. You just like fart him in a little bit, and it's like, oh, that's a nice smelling fart. Let's join his side for a little while. It's like, yeah, it's not quite the same impact. Oh, hey, super bandage. Again, my favorite. I'm sure this is the point where most Isaac players would just hold down the R key and just, you know, this run ain't worth going on. But no siree, you never know when your second item room is going to contain an epic fetus. And that's fine, actually. Use diaper. I believe that's the one that gives you the scatole effect on occasion in a room. I don't know if there's some sort of trigger for it or if it's just random from room to room. I think it's just random. Maybe luck-based, I don't know. Check out the arcade here just for kicks. Oh, that's great. That's a good time. I will go ahead and blow these guys up, see if I can get some money out of them. No, I can't. Alright, well. That was just disappointing in every regard, I guess. Did I get the seed on this one? There it is if I didn't, but I feel like I did already. How is that man walking around with his eyes closed? This is not fair. You can't see, now your eyes are open. I mean, they're missing as well, but it's a little more fair that you can chase me with your eyes open rather than closed. Although if you're missing eyes, I guess doesn't really matter. Fair item room is not too far removed here. Like really, just a single great item. I don't feel too upset asking for that. Like something that kind of breaks the run wide open. I'd like one of those runs on this video, just to, you know, have and hold and cherish in sickness and in health and till death do us part. You know, give me something transformative. Give me technology. Give me, I am not a crook. Give me, like, fucking small rock. It's not transformative, I know, but give me epic fetus. I talked about it earlier. That would be great. It's dangerous. It's cool. It's wacky and weird. We have yet to have it except in Glass Cannon Challenge, I think. Something like that. It would be sweet, dude. Give me Tractor Beam. Tractor Beam is an awesome item. Ooh, I'm going to go ahead and use this money and actually head back to the shop here before anything else, because you never know. When you get something nice in the shop, we could get like more options or something. Okay. Do I want that? That's a good question, actually. I think no. Well, yeah, I guess I will. Getting pay to play early on is pretty good, honestly. Especially because you're more likely to come across a lot of money than a lot of keys. And this allows us to save our keys for like golden chests and things. Yeah, I think we see the effects of used diaper here, because those flies, I think, are not normally neutral. I think they're normally out to get you, but not here. Contagion? It's not necessarily transformative, but it's a step in the right direction for sure. Let's check this out just in case. It's probably not worth fighting for, but yeah, no thanks. I'm not about to fight 2 bosses for a regular iron chest. You be out of your mind if you think that's a good deal. Alright. And here we got Dangle. I'm going to go ahead and pop the Magician, just because he can be a little agile. Does Contagion affect Dangle in the way I want it to? Because I know, like against Brownie, sometimes like the farting effects that you get out of like Contagion, or not Contagion, but butt bombs, they heal Brownie. I don't know if the same applies to Contagion, because you do get a similar sort of farting effect sometimes. I don't think it would though. It seemed like he got poisoned earlier, is all I'll say. So. Although maybe that was him just poisoning himself, because that's one of the weird things Dangle can do. He has like a poison attack, but he's not immune to poison, so sometimes you're just like, alright, I guess I'm gonna kill myself now. What has become of my life? I'm the very embodiment of the oh crap transformation. Alright, speed and range upgrade, plus a step towards spun, and the Necronomicon, which I'll take just to have, at least. Nothing else really worth checking out. The Necronomicon is not the greatest space bar item in the world, but it's a step towards Bookworm, and it's a good panic button as well. Like if you wind up in a scary enough position, I don't think that was necessarily that scary of a position, but that guy was hunting me down, I swear to God. I probably would have rather had Necronomicon for this room, for instance, but at the same time I can also just hang it over the rocks here and not have to worry about it too much. Of course, if we get too many bonies crawling around here, then it might turn into a bit of a dire circumstance. I swear to God, if this is the run that ends up like popping or that we end up taking into the late game, I'm gonna be so mad. I mean, I'll be happy because like it'll be like a run that we actually get to take a little further than we have most of the runs on this video. But it's like the worst run of this video so far. Like, look at the quality of the items that we have. Like, granted, it's improved in like the past little bit here with Roid Rage, Contagion, and Necronomicon. But still, like, think back on our other runs and some of the items we had there, like Growth Hormones and Goat Head twice, and Book of Belial with Dim Bulb and all that jazz. It was a great world to live in, man. And now here we are, farting baby at our side, just trying to survive day to day, grinding out the 9 to 5, you know. At least we're staying stocked on keys. What is happening on this room? Oh! Use Diaper popped on this room, which means I got the Skatole effect, and Skatole makes the bomb flies slower. That is actually really good. I didn't even consider the implications of that, but yeah, that's great. One makes you small is fine. Ooh, this is a little scary because these guys can be a little fast. But it'll let me... I took on this room so I could have Necronomicon charged for the big room next here. And yeah, I think this is probably worth it. I wanted to maybe try and get that host to pop up before I pop Necronomicon, but it's not going to be the end of the world if I just have to fight a single host, you know? A couple of battery charges lying around here too, so that's pretty decent. Okay, Super Ball. I think I'd rather have used Diaper, honestly. Anything in this room? Just, no, okay, I guess not. Infamy. Ooh, that's a good one. That's always the good one to see, is the Lost, especially. Oh man, it's not quite a run-winning item, not by an order of magnitude, but it's still very, very handy to have. Oh, I'll check this. It might not be worth my only 2 bombs to do this, but it could be, and that's what I'm banking on. Well, it wasn't, but if we can find one more bomb, we might give ourselves access to a black market, and as the Lost, black markets are extremely valuable. There is that bomb. I can blow up that Tinted Rock, but honestly, Tinted Rocks as Lost have very little value. You get maybe a good golden chest or small rock out of them, but most of the time they're not that exceptional. Okay, no, oh god, no black market. And also this guy is scaring the ever-living Christ out of me. Get him away. God damn. Big Fan is good. Big Fan is quite good. Something to block shots, something very big to block shots, and also a step towards Beelzebub, which doesn't give us that much, but the added sort of invulnerability to flies kind of makes it pretty good. I knew I should have gone back for that battery charge for Necronomicon. I'm regretting that right now. Okay, well, that was lucky. I thought I was safe on top of this mushroom, but I was a little too far ahead, and that shot actually came through and hit me, but infamy, thank God, decided to save me there. So the fact that this run even exists anymore and that this video is still going, because we're past 30 minutes by my mark now, you can thank infamy for that one. Leech is not good. I mean, it's okay. It's an extra source of damage, I guess. And we'll head down and try to find our shop, maybe? Oh, Lord. Why would you do this? Why would you do this? God damn it. Oh. That was just not fair. Alright. I know what I said, but this is going to be our last run. For reals this time. LR1X. This almost spells Lorax. GPX8. Just for you, and just because it's episode 99 or whatever, this will be our last run. I know it was like 30 minutes or whatever, but I feel cheated out of that one. I felt like that could have gone somewhere, that run, eventually. Maybe not today, maybe not on the next floor that run would have been, but it was on its way, you know. It had things going for it. And then they just threw a room with like 20 fat men at me. The sequel to 12 Angry Men is 20 fat men. And it was just like, you know, come on, really. So let's make this run count though. So this is legitimately, come hell or high water, the last run that we have. D100 is okay. That makes things a little more interesting here, to say the least. How do you handle D100? I think if your run is going to shit, like, you take what you can get, and if your run's going to shit, re-roll it, and you only stand to improve most of the time. So I guess, yeah, we'll just try it out. Okay, well, not quite what I had in mind. Oh god, that just doesn't feel right either. Oh, alright, one more. I keep saying this, I'm like addicted to this all of a sudden. M7NN R386. I'm addicted to, I'm chasing the win, man. I gotta have it. You don't gotta have it, you just want it. You greedy son of a bitch. Yeah, but I mean, look at this run. It's already off to a good start. We're fighting Envy. You know, shoop de whoop potential. Of course, if Envy just like kills me here, then that's probably going to be a sign from on high that this video just needs to end, because these runs are just getting worse and worse at this point, or like shorter and shorter at the very least. I'm honestly kind of glad that the last run ended, because I didn't want to have to do the mental gymnastics necessary to make D100 a viable option for us. Watch, they're just going to throw D100 back at me again in a second here, probably. But no shoop to whoop. That's, it's fine, you know. Can't expect it every time you fight Envy, but I thought over the course of fighting him, like, maybe twice or 3 times, or however many times we fought him in this video, we'd get it at least once. But, you know, it's not like it's a really useful item. Far be it for me to say otherwise. Okay, don't be a Dumbo, just use Bumbo. And don't shoot the poops either. Don't free them from their cage. Despite all my rage, I'm still just a gaper in a cage. Hey, that's not fair. That's, the stupid champion deflected my bullets into the poop and they freed themselves. It's the greatest prison break since fucking Alcatraz. Did you see that shit? That was amazing. My god. My god. Alright, Curse Room is tempting. Tempting, admittedly, because I've heard, like, this might be an urban legend, and I might have already talked about it in a video as well, so I'm not entirely sure. Black Hole, that's an interesting one. I haven't had too much of a chance to play with this, but Give it a shot here. Nothing can escape. 4-room charge. Okay, that's reasonable, I think. Yeah, but I've heard like a rumor or an urban legend or whatever the hell you want to call it, that if you enter a curse room with the guarantee that you're gonna die on the how does that do? That does significant damage, honestly. Not as much as I was really hoping. Didn't quite finish off Duke of Flies there, but that felt good, you know. Yeah, but if you enter a curse room and you're pretty much guaranteed, like you don't have the HP necessary to survive walking out of the curse room, then the game recognizes that and increases the odds that you'll get something good that'll help you survive out of the curse room. I don't know if that's true, and I also don't know if the same logic applies to entering one as the Lost. But I was tempted. Admittedly, I was tempted. It seems like when I say it out loud like that, I realize how stupid it sounds. But, you know, stranger things have happened. What do we got in here? 3 red chests. Ugh. If we got lucky and like one of them teleported us to a deal with the devil that contained brimstone and ceremonial robes, then we'd be very happy with our decision. But I can't say it's worth the risk right now, unfortunately. So black hole is probably the most interesting thing we have going for us on this run so far. What is the use case for black hole? Do you save it specifically for bosses? I think what you do is you honestly save it for rooms with tough enemies, rooms with lots of enemies, and bosses, if you can swing it. A room like this, I'm honestly kind of tempted to just do that, because the enemies can be so annoying and can pull you, and can just jump right to you. Did the black hole just destroy all those rocks and stuff? That was great. That was awesome, dude. I guess maybe once it's out of enemies and other stuff to pull in, it just starts pulling at the rocks and everything and just kind of destroys everything. Or maybe it just does that anyway, whether there's enemy there or not, and I just never noticed. Because that's like only the 3rd time I've ever used black hole in my life. First time was like against Hush or something. Ooh, black market, please. Ah, Robo Baby though. I guess I'll take it. Better than not having it. Alright. I think what I want to do is I'm going to head back this way really quick and see if the treasure room is over this way. At least go clear out this room so I can get a charge on black hole and have it ready for that big room up ahead. Of course, knowing my luck, the big room is not going to be the one I want to use it on. I'm going to want to use it on one of these smaller rooms or something. I should be able to beat this room easily enough, though, and if I can, or if I have to, what I was trying to say, if I have to use black hole on one of these smaller rooms, I can rest easy knowing that there's a battery charge over at the entrance to that big room over there, so keep that in mind. This spider should not be able to jump at me as long as I'm over these rocks, so don't be too scared. Spirit Heart, who cares? And we got the Hourglass. Ugh. I want to keep black hole. It's more fun, I think. All right, let's keep going this way. Actually, this might be the way to the boss. That big room might be a trap. It wasn't. And you know what? Black hole this room, because why not? There's a battery charge up ahead anyway, so who really cares? I love the graphics of black hole. I don't know if it quite fits into the theme of like the regular graphics of Isaac. Like, it's one of those items that I'm always going to remember just by the sheer look of it, that it was added in a booster pack, because it just doesn't have the same sort of presentation, I guess, of most other items in the game. But it's still cool and stuff. I think, I mean, make your decision now or forever hold your peace, man. Do you want to use black hole in this room? I don't think so. I think I'd rather save it for the boss. This room is easy enough that I feel it was like right on the cusp of being easy or hard enough to justify a black hole usage here. I think I'd rather have it for the boss, though, in case our boss is something nasty, like, you know, Ragman or what have you. The Haunt, who knows. I'm getting lucky with our bosses throughout this video, I will say that much. Like Pin, we've encountered like 5 different times, it feels like. Alright, I guess just throw it. And watch Pin just Gets sucked right into the void. Oh, he's immune when he does that attack. Oh god, he was like stationary. He was not able to be pulled by the black hole. Nothing can escape my ass. Don't take that quote out of context either. Nothing can escape my ass. My lord. Alright, another speed upgrade is fine. Helps with our dodging capabilities. Okay. This is interesting, to say the least. I'll take a Tame and Guppy's Hairball. I mean, I'll take all of it because it's all free. A Thame's not going to help us. Guppy's Hairball could. It can block shots and stuff. And it's a step towards Guppy. And but the most interesting is probably Empty Vessel, which can give us the occasional shield. Because, I mean, and it's always going to be active because obviously the Lost can never gain HP. So, Empty Vessel is always going to be empty, I suppose. So, hopefully, Empty Vessel can come through in the clutch for us sometimes here and just make our life a lot easier. If the ideal outcome is to get like some sort of good damaging orbital, I think, so that when the Empty Vessel pops, when the shield activates, we can run in and do a significant amount of damage in a short period of time. Guppy's Hairball kind of fits the bill, but not quite. It's not quite there, you know? It's the orbital we may deserve, but not the one that we need right now. This room scares me, but if I can get past it, then I can get my treasure, my item. There's this one bloated silkworm stands between me and Epic Fetus. All right, I'm down for it. I'm down to clown. Don't let me just lose this run like immediately now, please. Please let me have my fun. Oh man. Well, that's I knew there was a reason to keep this video going, and you thought I was just a madman. You thought there was no way. You thought it was over. It's not over until the Epic Fetus sings, motherfuckers. Now granted, Epic Fetus is not an instant win. It's such a huge step in the right direction, but it's very dangerous as well. It gives me a big head because I think it's such a good item, and I'm liable to use it improperly if I'm not careful. If we hit ourselves with it, I'll never forgive myself. Okay, this is a little scary, but not that bad. How did you avoid that? Okay, just gotta get this spider. Don't draw the cursor too close to yourself, though. That'd be, you know, Epic Fetus 101. Diplopia is interesting. I don't know, man. If I could like get Diplopia and take it and then like get 9 lives or something in our deal with the devil, then I'd be absolutely the happiest camper in the world. And you know what? I think I will take. I can't. What am I even talking about? I can't afford Diplopia. You big idiot. You big jabroni. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Oh. It's like, I feel like I'm handling like, it's like some sort of like precious antique artifact right now or something. It's a lost run with Epic Fetus, my dudes. Alright, Big Horn. I don't like you. I don't like this one bit. Don't give me that smug ass smiling bighorn face. God damn, isn't that the most perfect visual to end things on here? Well, I tried. I really was hoping that Black Hole would just draw things in enough that I would be able to escape there, and ugh, I psyched myself out in the end is all that it was. But good things come and good things go, and that's just how the nature of the world works. So I hope you enjoyed this video nonetheless. It was full of ups and downs and all arounds, and in the end, we didn't come out with anything except a good story to tell, maybe. For now, that's going to be it, though, so I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider leaving a like and or comment down below. It really would help me out, keep me motivated, helps out the channel and all that. And subscribe if you want to see more, too. I post a single Isaac video every day at noon Mountain Time. I'd be happy if you join me tomorrow for the episode 100 celebration, whatever that may be. It's not going to be anything too special, I imagine. Regardless, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here now, so have a good day, This is ArgonMatrix signing out. Thank you and good night.